In the vast reaches of the Mongolian steppe, an army of over 100,000 men swept aside all resistance, claiming territories that spanned continents. Their leader, Genghis Khan, proclaimed his life's ambition was to unite the world under one empire. Having conquered the East, the Mongols turned their attention to the West, where they would come face to face with some of the greatest armies of medieval Europe. Would Genghis Khan's legendary warriors finally meet their match? By 1221, the Mongols had taken cities throughout Asia, generating vast amounts of tribute from those they conquered. The West, however, was still an untapped resource. Genghis Khan sent his trusted generals, Jebei and Subutai, to attack Europe. With an army of 20,000, Jebei and Subutai took the West by surprise, raiding cities and destroying armies. Within 2 years, they had the prosperous Rus territories in their sights. But in their way was a Rus army of over 40,000 men. Outnumbered, Jebei and Subutai turned and started to head back east. The Rus sensed an easy victory and set off in pursuit of their retreating enemies. For 8 days, the fast-moving Mongols stayed just out of reach. Then, Jebei and Subutai set their trap. They lured the Rus across the Kalka River and turned to fight. The Rus had fallen for one of the Mongols' most effective tactics, the feigned retreat. The stage was set for the Mongol army to test themselves against Europe's finest. The Mongols charged across the European plains, with the fatigued Rus army in close pursuit. The Rus had fallen for the Mongol tactic of the feigned retreat, and unknowingly followed them into peril. The Mongol general sprung his trap on the enemy scouts. With the Rus scouts cut down, General Subutai crossed the Kalka River. Here, he would stage a full-scale ambush on the vast Rus army. Subutai directed his warriors to split up and lie in wait for the enemy. He needed to spring his trap before the Rus recovered from their long pursuit. He sent his most fearsome Mangadai horse archers to draw the Rus quickly towards the ambush site. These highly skilled warriors could fire their bows rapidly while riding at speed. The Mongol provocation was effective, and the Rus hastily pursued. The Rus army had fallen for the feigned retreat and rode straight into the Mongol ambush. With the enemy surrounded, Subutai's battle-ready warriors descended from all sides. The Mongol ambush was devastating, and Rus numbers were reduced to a few desperate stragglers. Seeing the fate of their comrades, the last Rus encircled themselves in a makeshift fort of baggage carts. The Rus stockade fell. Despite a valiant last stand, the remnants of the Rus army were cut down. Spurred on by the crushing victory at the Kalka River, the Mongols advanced ever further into the heartland of the Rus. On the banks of the Kalka River, thousands of Rus were killed by the Mongols. The hunters had become the hunted. But in the years leading up to this Mongol raid in the west, Genghis Khan had been focusing his attacks on the east and the Qin dynasty of northern China. Controlling wealthy lands and trade routes, Qin cities overflowed with riches. In 1210, the Qin's new ruler, seeing Genghis Khan as a threat, demanded that he swear loyalty to him. Genghis Khan refused. To the Qin, this defiance was a declaration of war. The Qin had a huge army, and their territory was protected by vast fortifications, known today as the Great Wall. The Mongols had never faced a more formidable enemy. Genghis Khan knew the only way to defeat the Qin would be to take their heavily defended capital city, Zhongdu, on the other side of the Great Wall. Genghis Khan would be committing his people to a long, hard war. Would the rewards be worth the cost? For answers, he looked to the gods. Climbing a sacred mountain, he prayed to the eternal sky. After 4 days, he received his answer. The Mongols would be victorious. With divine reassurance, the Mongol army set out across the steppe. They must break through the Great Wall to destroy the Qin dynasty and further expand the Mongol Empire. The Qin fortress of Shangjaku blocked Genghis Khan's path to the Great Wall. Seeing the strength of the defenses at the front of the fortress, Genghis Khan dispatched his scouts to seek out an alternate approach. Mongol warfare relied heavily on the mobility of mounted scouts. They could travel at high speed, explore the terrain, and gather information on enemy weaknesses. The Khan's swift riders advanced up the steep mountain, discovering a hidden path above the Qin fortress. The Qin had deployed patrols on the mountain above their fortress, but the Mongol scouts, although isolated from their army, had the advantage of speed. The Mongol riders discovered an embankment leading to the back of the fortress. Here they found far fewer Qin defenses than at the front. Learning of the weak defenses at the back of the fortress, Genghis Khan saw his opportunity to attack. The Mongols began their ride to battle. If the Mongols took the fortress, they could freely advance on the Great Wall. The Mongols burned the enemy building, claiming valuable spoils from the ruins. The Mongols sacked the fortress of Shangjaku, ensuring that they would not be attacked from behind as they advanced on the Great Wall. With the Qin fortress posing no further threat, Genghis Khan called on his people to bring in their mobile camp. Next, the Mongols needed a base close to the Great Wall. They targeted the Qin village of Yangcheng. Hearing of the Mongol advance, nearby Qin villages began sending attacks, hoping to weaken Genghis Khan's army. By destroying the Qin village, the Mongols had stopped the attacks from its garrison.
야따또는 덕후다. 그 대자 보이. 간디에 우탄소. 전집식 매장. 전집으로. 야따또는 엘데포. 야따또는 전집식 매장.
Yanchong fell to the Mongols, and nothing now stood between Genghis Khan and the Great Wall. It was time to face the Qin head-on at the Great Mountain Pass at Juyong. In order for Genghis Khan's assault to go as planned, he would need to move his base closer to the Great Wall. Fortunately, the Mongols specialized in the construction of mobile camps and could easily pack their holdings and move to a new location.
잔뜩 자 백수 잔뜩 모두 와 덕분 오달 잔뜩 벗소 안파르타 코도 요모 베누자 아니 잘못하는 장유 오다
Of the grassland stormed the Great Wall. The formidable barricade, thought insurmountable, finally bent to the will of Genghis Khan. The great keep at Juyong Pass burned to the ground, giving the Mongols a secure route into the heart of Qin territory. As pillars of smoke billowed from the mountain pass, Genghis Khan charged forward into new lands and on to his ultimate goal, the wealthy Qin capital of Zhongdu. Had successfully breached the Great Wall of China, he led his forces to the greatest prize in the East, the capital city of Zhongdu. He besieged the city, knowing that its inhabitants could not hold out forever. Bearing down on the gleaming capital of Zhongdu, Genghis Khan raised the black banner of war on his historic enemy, the Qin dynasty. To take the heavily garrisoned capital, the Mongols would have to starve its army by eliminating Chengdu's suppliers. But first, the Khan directed his warriors to raid Qin buildings and villages surrounding Chengdu. Word of the army's wealth would spread, compelling Mongol soldiers from the north to join the fight, seeking spoils of their own.
산으로 떠올렸소. 아킨 잔디게 낙소. 낙소. 이나로. 잔디게 낙소. 벌써. 오, 이들 낙소. 잔디. 에스바.
Hearing of the Khan's successful raids, Mongol settlers and soldiers arrived to join his army. With his numbers steadily growing, the Khan turned his attention to the capital. He sought to starve Chengdu's army by cutting off its supplies.
낙서. 아직 남.
산으로 떠올렸소.
In raising the market at Fangshen, the Mongols had severed a critical supply line to the capital. In destroying the supplying markets, the Mongols denied Chengdu critical supplies, leaving its garrison weakened. A Qin trader made it safely into the city and reported on the Mongols' numbers and movements. Chengdu would now allocate any military supplies it received to rallying counterattacks on the steppe invaders.
하늘도 통 안소 결승 제시 지금이다.
Gerçek temkiç. Sanat. Var mı varsa?
보다 높은 제망을 가르고 얻었다. 제티가 없어.
Genghis Khan's army struck down the trader that was headed to resupply Chengdu. For every trader killed, Chengdu lost several days' worth of supplies. The Mongols were systematically choking the city and starving its garrison. Without hesitation, the Khan's warriors put their torches to the market at Da Sing, snuffing out weeks of Chengdu's supplies. As the Mongols continued to sabotage the city's supplies, Chengdu's garrison grew weaker by the day. Despite the Mongols' efforts to stop them, enough Qin traders had entered Chengdu to fully resupply its military. Choosing their moment, the Qin launched a counterattack. The market at Tongzhou was set aflame, and with it many vital supplies intended for the city. The Mongols put down the Qin counterattack, but another would soon come if Qin traders continued to resupply Chengdu's military. Mongols left the Shunyi market in ruins, ensuring the village could no longer send supplies to Chengdu. The walls of the great Qin capital were devoid of soldiers, and only a diminished garrison remained. Desperate and isolated, Chengdu could no longer resist. The time had come for Genghis Khan to launch his assault on the city. Genghis Khan unleashed the wrath of his Mongol warriors on the heart of the beleaguered city. The Great Qin Monument was put to flame. Mongol victory was within reach. The city was ready to fall in the wake of the destruction wrought by the Mongols. Chengdu fell to the wrath of Genghis Khan's warriors, yielding great riches for the Mongol Empire. The sacking of Chengdu would be remembered as one of Genghis Khan's most devastating victories. But this was just the beginning of his quest to create a global empire under Mongol rule. On June 1st, 1215, the city of Chengdu, known today as Beijing, fell to the Mongols. They looted the city, sending caravans loaded with luxuries back home. This victory over the Qin dynasty was to be one of Genghis Khan's greatest triumphs. After his death in 1227, his descendants continued the conquests, and his grandson, Batu Khan, had his eyes on the west. The Mongol raids of the 1220s had shown that the Rus lands held riches worth exploiting. The battles had devastated the Rus elite, and their defenses were weak. So Batu Khan organized an enormous invasion force, determined to turn the Rus lands into vassals of the Mongol Empire. The Mongols captured territory after territory. By 1240, they had their sights on the great city of Kiev. Kiev was a jewel among the Rus principalities, a center of scholarship, power, and wealth. Batu Khan's cousin Monka was put in command of the advance force, ready to attack. Chroniclers tell of Monka's admiration for the beauty of Kiev, so he was reluctant to destroy it. Monka sent his envoys to the city to demand its surrender. But Kiev's commander-in-charge refused and killed the Mongol envoys. Monka would not stand for such disrespect. His army rode to the city walls and prepared to attack. They would show Kiev no mercy. Möngke Khan's drive into the west brought the Mongol army to the splendid city of Kiev, the gateway to Europe. The Kievan commander had refused to surrender, leaving Möngke only one choice: to take the city by force. The Mongol army broke through the gates of Kiev and marched on the city. Möngke Khan called on his people to bring in their mobile camp, while his forces secured a location for it. The immediate area beyond Kiev's main gate was lightly populated, but rich in resources. Beyond lay 3 fortified districts: the outer city, the inner city, and a wealthy trade district. The Khan was determined to punish the defiance of Kiev, and would not relent until the entire city fell to ash. The the Mongols took out a Kievan supply convoy and claimed the resources for themselves. The Mongols unpacked their camp, ready to continue their assault on Kiev.
산으로
자, 소가 내려.
Цугаараа анхааралтай байна уу? За. Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Аматат. 호텔 생각 못한 못한 듯. 아마 오샤탈 메인 서비스 받는 잘 백수. 왜 운동을 났어? 백수도 돈이 내 돈이 계속. 알아서 동안 났어.
Uçan sonsuza koşanlar olsun. Ekşude bitti duşanda. Hey boy.
셀구대 아니 사막구에 자 백수 자들 도니 기소 원국민 바보 어떤
The horde devastated the outer city.
돈이 기지도 쓰고 다 호버리지 어디 엔초데 안카르 코이
Ostisти hara, betönçümür.
As the last buildings collapsed, the Mongol victory was complete. Kiev had fallen. Monka Khan and his Mongol warriors ran freely through the ravaged city, cutting down any survivors and plundering its riches. With Kiev under Mongol control, the gateway to Europe was open, and the empire could continue its conquest into the west. Kiev secure, the Mongols planned a coordinated drive deeper into Europe. They would divide the forces of Poland and Hungary by attacking both kingdoms simultaneously. At Liegnitz, the old armies of Europe would be tested against Mongol-style warfare. In the fertile grasslands of Liegnitz, the Mongols would face Europe's greatest armies, led by the forces of Poland. An army from Bohemia was marching to assist the Polish forces gathering at Liegnitz. Together, they hoped to stop the Mongols before Western Europe succumbed to a full-scale invasion. If the Mongols acted quickly, they could defeat the scattered Polish army and force the Bohemians to withdraw. As the farms smoldered and smoke billowed to the sky, the Mongols claimed the spoils from the wreckage. By raiding the enemy's farmland, the Mongols could plunder valuable resources. The Mongols had adopted gunpowder technology from their Chinese subjects, and now brought with them the mighty Nest of Bees. This explosive projectile weapon allowed them to target the enemy with a devastating barrage of rockets. The Mongols defeated the Polish detachment and continued their unrelenting drive.
이 가지는 말고 비돈이 기소 제리 생각 못해도 못합니다 못할 이유가 없어 약속한 것만 비돈이 기소 비옥도
Eliminated Poland's knights, dealing a critical blow to the European forces.
돈이 길지도 비옥동을 낙소 돈이 길지도
Despite being outnumbered by the European armies, the Mongols were victorious. As fire scorched the farmlands of Liegnitz, Europe reeled in horror. The ingenuity of the Mongol Empire had brought a terrifying new kind of destruction to the doorstep of the West. While the Mongols in the north destroyed the Polish army, Batu Khan and General Subutai rampaged through the south into the heart of Hungary. tricked into an intense pursuit, the Hungarian king chased down these foreign invaders, all the way to the plains of Mohi. Batu Khan led his warriors across the plains, luring the Hungarian king to a battle site far from the safety of his city. As the Hungarians broke away to regroup across the Sayo River, the Mongols prepared to strike. General Subutai would soon arrive to join Batu, having escorted the Mongol camp to the battle site. While the Khan waited for his general, the Mongol vanguard would probe across the bridge to the north. Across the bridge, the Mongol soldiers found themselves heavily outnumbered and beat a hasty retreat away from the ambush. This was not the first time Batu had been outnumbered. Drawing on past victories, he began to stage a coordinated attack. Arriving at the battle site, General Subutai quickly assessed the situation. The Mongols discovered a potential alternative river crossing, a broken bridge. The Mongols approached the Sayo River and discovered a shallow crossing. Batu Khan saw his opportunity and pushed across the bridge to meet the Hungarians head-on. The Mongols took the bridge and held the open space, forcing the Hungarians into the trees and splitting them into several groups. Now the Mongols could drive the Hungarians back to their camp. One small space with nowhere to run. With the Hungarians pinned down, the Mongols closed in to destroy the last of their army.
달리자리가 없었습니다. 베리트가 본능으로 낳은 대소의 기소. 어머문들아 알아서 녹아놨소. 대옥동을 낳소. 알아서 대소의 기소.
The Mongols laid waste to the Hungarian fort, sending their king and the last of his army fleeing for their lives. Once again, Batu Khan and General Subutai had outwitted and utterly destroyed their European enemies, striking terror into the heart of the West. After a stunning victory over the Hungarian king at the Battle of Mohi, the Mongols seemed unstoppable. But a year later, the great Khan Ogadei died. The Mongols pulled out of Europe and returned home. Over the next 20 years, 2 more great Khans ascended to the throne. Their conquests continued to expand the empire in the east. Then in 1260, the grandson of Genghis became the next great Khan. His name was Kublai Khan. He would rock the foundations of one of the medieval world's most advanced civilizations, China. This is Chengdu. Remembered today as Xanadu, it was once Kublai Khan's great northern capital. From here, he jealously eyed the wealth of southern China's Song dynasty. He wanted to take it and become emperor of all China. The Song dynasty had ruled over southern China for more than 300 years. And the country was prosperous and well-governed. Kublai Khan knew that the key to victory was capturing a strategic city lying far to the south of Chengdu. It was called Changyang. Changyang was the gateway to the south and the heart of the Song dynasty's power. Controlling the Han River, a critical access route to cities further along the Yangtze. Capturing Changyang was Kublai Khan's only hope of becoming emperor of all China. The Mongol horde had to take the city at all costs. Kublai Khan, not content with rule over his own lands, coveted the riches of the Song dynasty to the south. He ordered his army to the twin cities of Fancheng and Shenyang, confident in his tried and tested tactics. Although Kublai's ultimate target was the fortress of Changyang, the Mongols would first have to control its sister city of Fancheng. The Mongols cleared the bridge of its guards, and continued their advance on Fancheng. The Mongols spotted a fortified Song camp, blocking the road to the twin cities. Seeing an opportunity to overwhelm the enemy camp, the Mongols called in their reinforcements. Together, the two detachments would strike the camp from both sides, pincering the Song. Mongols set in motion their plan to seize the twin cities. First, they would meet with an allied force at the gates of Fancheng. This assault force would attack the gates of Fancheng, while the Mongol vanguard would defend the siege weapons firing upon the cities. The Mongols met with the Allied assault force at the gates of Fancheng. As the Allied force charged the gates, the Mongol vanguard moved to defend the siege weapons from Song attacks. As the Mongols approached, the Song burned the bridge to Shangyang, preventing a direct assault on the fortress. The assault on Fancheng was met with a barrage of gunfire, forcing the Allied army to retreat. With the gates still unbroken and under guard, the Mongols switched strategies and called on a large group of reinforcements to bring in their mobile camp. The Mongols would besiege the mighty twin cities. The Mongols rallied a force on the bridgehead. The Mongol strategy was to hold the city's bridges so that no Song forces could escape and no reinforcements could enter. Seeing that the Mongols were attempting to block the city's escape routes, the Song began planning a counterattack. The Song launched their counterattack on the Mongols holding the bridgeheads. The Mongols had to hold the three bridgeheads against the Song attacks. Desperate to stop an all-out Mongol assault on their walls, the Song destroyed the remaining bridges to the twin cities. Unable to advance, the fortress of Zhangyang remained locked to the Mongols. But with a siege established, the Khan's cause was not yet lost. The twin cities did not yield. The Mongols would need a new tactic to breach the Great Song fortress. Rather than another costly head-on assault, they planned to cut off the cities by blocking the critical supply route at Lumanshan. The Song defector, General Lu Zheng, advised Kublai Khan that the best strategy to take Zhangyang was to construct a blockade, completely cutting it off. Lu Zheng led the Mongol army to the trade route at Lumanshan and set his plan in motion. The general's plan depended on recruiting local workers who could build defenses. The first step was to eliminate the Song garrison near the village of Lumin. The Mongol army tore through the Song garrison, and with these guardians removed, the people of Lumen gave their support to Liu Zheng and Kublai Khan. Controlling Lumen allowed Liu Zheng to employ Chinese tactics and equipment, including the construction of stone walls, cutting off Xiangyang from the rest of the Song.
您需要我做神魔？一座需要建造的建筑。是，我已准备听从指令。我这就建好这座建筑。
上不见鬼美女。出的美女会要会，要送。别忙把这个送。
你是我明国会命令，为奉命去做，在您的矿工工作。
The people of Lumen reported that the village of Boheko, located to the west, would also welcome Liu Zheng's arrival. If the general could get forces to Boheko, it would add both an economic and military boost to his blockade. Boheko not only welcomed Liu Zheng's men, but members of the local militia even defected to the Mongol cause. Liu Zheng's vision was complete. The Mongols' great blockade now cut off the Song cities. However, the Song commanders would not leave Xiangyang to stand alone and sent forces to break through the Mongol barrier.
需要我做，我
我们提示，服从指令，依法行刑。停前进，不要躲在后面，命令已下达。前进，上升战力频道。我知道，我的职责。我们的理想，前出现，谁不是兵？
大家都会奉命行动。村民，该去干活了。我抓紧左手清理。
토목도 상위위에 내주제 어디 알수 뵙기 약속 내주제 전투의 기회
大家听好，我会听从你的命令，我这就着手修理。
这내 기분이
您需要我做什么？我会确保它运力很好。
我们正在等待指令，村民。大家听好，村民就绪，等待工作中。
The Mongols maintained control of the Song trade route at Lumanshan, cutting off Shanyang from the south. Thanks to the insights of General Liu Zheng, Kublai Khan's plan to weaken the Great Song fortress was working. The twin cities of Shenyang and Fangcheng were ready to fall. The Mongols' new long-range trebuchets would test the mighty walls of the Song fortress, and Kublai Khan would not stop the bombardment until he sat on the throne of all China. After years of resisting Kublai Khan's siege, Fancheng and Shenyang still refused to submit to Mongol rule. To take the cities, Kublai Khan would harness the full power of his empire by enlisting an ally from the Ilkhanate of Persia. Ismail, a siege expert, would lead the Mongol army in the construction of the Huihui Pao, an immensely powerful counterweight trebuchet. This new trebuchet, once constructed, could hurl boulders greater in size than any weapon before it. During the years-long siege, Kublai Khan had established lucrative trade routes with Chinese market towns who swore loyalty to him. Although these trade partners were vulnerable to Song attacks, they could deliver valuable resources to fund Ismail's efforts. Trebuchet constructed, the Mongols could mount their assault on the twin cities. As Ismail's trebuchet had a far greater range than those of the Song defenders, the Mongols could attack from a safe distance. Drawn to the bombardment from the trebuchet, the Song soldiers left gaps elsewhere in their defense, which the Mongols could exploit.
반발이 없어.
Akıl koydu Bedin.
With Fancheng cracked open and the city under active bombardment, the Mongols could now rebuild the bridges that the Song had burned 6 years earlier. With the bridge rebuilt, the doors to Fancheng were wide open. The Mongols swept into Fancheng, striking down any Song warriors in their path.
위치에서
보기다 선수.
대책 무릎을 투이 걸어 마야리오가 있지 헤이보이 몸북도보이
After years of holding out against the Mongols, the first of the twin cities finally fell to Kublai Khan's army. All that now stood between Kublai Khan and the throne of China was the final stronghold of the Song, the city of Shanyang. Using the immense range of the Great Trebuchet, Ismail aimed to lay waste to Shanyang's great keep. Ismail's counterweight trebuchet proved its might, shaking the earth and shattering the spirits of the Song. The great keep of Shanyang had fallen. With Shanyang's gate undefended, the Mongols could now repair the connecting bridge to the Song stronghold.
자, 오스테스테 허러 도샤 소다무이 도샤네기 닥소.
With the city in disarray, the Mongols were free to tear down the imperial palace. Mongol warriors flooded the streets of Shenyang as the Song defenders rose to make a desperate last stand. Shenyang, the great bastion of the Song dynasty, had fallen. Kublai Khan had finished what his grandfather, Genghis Khan, had started. And now, he could establish his own great dynasty and sit on the throne of all China. The Mongol army smashed through Shenyang's defenses and captured the city. Kublai Khan then pursued the remnants of the Song dynasty across southern China. In 1279, at the Battle of Yamen, the Mongols destroyed the last defenders of the Song. Kublai Khan now ruled over all China, founding the Yuan dynasty. His royal court in Chengdu welcomed scholars, traders, and religious leaders. The Mongols demonstrated civility and religious tolerance, but also brutality and violence, typifying the contradictions within the Mongol Empire. Since Genghis Khan first united the Mongolian tribes, they had made incredible advances in technology and trade. And they created indelible connections between East and West. At its height, almost 100 million people lived under Mongol rule, a quarter of the world's population. The Mongol Empire endured for less than 200 years, before fragmenting into smaller territories. But its legend continues to this day. Genghis Khan's mission was to unite the world into one empire. Yet he always returned to the Mongolian steppe, where the endless grasslands lay beneath the eternal sky. And from where he created one of the largest empires the world has ever known.